back to my channel, Debacle Cavalier. Every time I talk about news information about gaming or something that is regarding to gaming or something an analyst said, something, anything related to gaming, it's all come out as negative. Now I try to change that. I really try to change that. Believe me, I'm looking for positive news on the internet. Let me tell you, there is none. That itself is a sad situation. And the story that I'm going to be talking about today is going to be a little bit more sadder than that. Why? Well, yet another developer slash publisher has kind of scammed their fan base out of buying a new DLC. Now, the history of DLCs came forth when the developers and the publishers thought of making more money from the fans regarding their games. Sometimes it was good, it was like a new world, like how Witcher 3 had a blood and wine game where it was actually literally a new world, a new part of the map, a new mission, a new, just like new monsters, a new everything. Sometimes it's going to be that great, sometimes it's like content that is in game already built in, just like they tear that apart and then they put it as a DLC, $20. Now it's all fine and dandy if the DLC is actually worthwhile playing, and if you don't change anything that is drastic in the main game, then it's fine. But the Destiny 2 developers, Bungie, now whenever if it's a bad case of a bad PR, bad anything, I try to look at the publishers, not the developers. Alright, the developers, I would always think it's their game, it's their kid. They don't want to, make their kid into a bad, recognizable thing in the world, would they? Now, some parents do that, but I'm not going to be discussing about that in the video. I'm going to be discussing about this. So, some parents do that, but most of them, like 99%, let's say, don't do that. They don't take advantage of their kids' cuteness or the kids' greatness or kids' talents. They just let them grow on their own. And that's what developers do in the gaming industry. Now the publishers are like your greedy coaches who sees your talent and not use them for actually winning, instead just using them for making money. And even though you're not ready, they will push you to make more money. Example, Mass Effect Andromeda by EA. Then EA would come up like all the things that I'm going to be talking about on this channel for a while, so you gotta bear with me there. So what I'm trying to say is the developers won't be the first point of finger, whenever something goes wrong. If it's a bug, maybe you can question the developer, but if it's like a game changing, game altering controversy, it's not going to be from the developers themselves. But Bungie has gone and lost its way, and from Destiny 1, I think the people at Destiny 2, the Bungie, the community is a little bit changed as well. So I don't trust them in this fact, and I really don't trust them anywhere. So I played Destiny 1 and I stopped there. I didn't like that game, so you can come at me with anything saying that you didn't enjoy and like that, but I don't care. I didn't enjoy that game, it's my own opinion, and I didn't play Destiny 2. It's my choice, it's my money, I didn't buy it. Now looking at this controversy, I really am grateful that I didn't buy. Seriously, like I had an idea of buying it. I was like, okay, shall we buy this game? Okay, I was like this close to saying yes, but this is one of the decisions that I took. Like, I'm happy that I took this decision, seriously. Now if you don't know about Destiny, then you're doing it wrong. So Destiny is a game where it doesn't know its own image, that kind of a thing. It wants to be an RPG, it wants to have its own lore. So if people ask me about Mass Effect, people ask me about Witcher, I'll explain to them for like half hour. Like last week, my friend came to my house and he was talking about playing Mass Effect, thinking about playing Mass Effect. I was like, yo, you gotta do it. I was like, I talked to him about half hour. I really did. And I talked about like a lot of things in Mass Effect, lore, story, gameplay, this and that. I didn't ruin it for him, obviously, but I had that much to talk about. Same with Witcher, same with Bioshock even. But can I talk about Destiny that much? No. So what is it then? Then it's a massive multiplayer game where you can enjoy with friends. Yeah, you can call for it, but they've done it sometimes wrong as well. The boss fights, they can be like Dark Souls kind of thing. Your bosses are tough, if you fight them. Well, it's not like that. So what it is all about, I have no idea, and I'm gonna let the fans decide. So let me know in the comments below if you're a fan of Destiny and Destiny 2. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think the game is like rightly featured? When it talks about Mass Effect, it's an RPG, action, third-person shooter filled with a lot of twists and turns. Even with the controversial ending, I'm guaranteeing you that Mass Effect 3 is far far greater than Destiny. That's my opinion. But Destiny 2 was promising. It had its own story, it had Nathan Fillion, a great character, a good voice actor, and it had some new story and new kind of like timelines and stuff, and it had a great story background. Everything was looking really, really good. But it had some issues. Now, obviously, due to the release of Call of Duty World War II, I'm talking shit, Call of Duty World War II and other games, the popularity of Destiny 2 fell down just a little bit. It's not that much big of a deal. Now, I'm going to be talking about why it fell down, and it's just like the new thing. You buy a game, you play it for a while, that's it. Another game comes out. Assassin's Creed Origins also came out during that time, so people went on and play that. So they got, I don't know if they got panicked or if they got like, okay, we gotta increase this or something like that. They plan to release a new DLC, and I thought that was gonna be a great idea. When I heard that, it's like, okay, it might have been planned all along, but it was like at that time they decided to release it, and I was like, okay, this is the right time they release it, and it will bring back players to the game. Good job. But before the release of that DLC, like 1 week before, a Reddit user, I don't know by the name, went on and discovered that they have been turning off and turning on certain things with an AI in the game that will get you less experience. So the game goes by like if you reach level 20, that's kind of thing, and then you can play some activities to get level up, and then you can farm up bright ingrams. So if you don't know what bright ingrams, it's all like the colored thing. It's like cosmetic items, and they have loot boxes for it. So you can either farm up or go and buy the loot boxes and then get the bright ingrams. Now, people who don't want to buy microtransactions, like everyone who's a true gamer, wants to farm up the experience and then get it on its own. But the game didn't do that. The game shut it down so that you will go and buy from the game. It's well known. People talked about it. Bungie responded saying like, oh, that's a wrong thing, right? That should not happen. The AI is moronic. We will fix it right now. Don't worry. They fixed it, but they turned off something else. Underhanded tactics. They give you something and they take away something. Now, I was like, okay, that's fine. It's fine, right? But it had a bad PR. They had to even cancel a community-related stream that they had planned for Destiny 2 to showcase the DLC. So I was like, okay, that was a big trouble, because that's kind of like the first time they are showing off the DLC, and it's like cancelled because they have to talk to the people. Okay, they calmed people down. The DLC is promising. It will change. But no, it didn't change. How did it change? Well, the DLC came out. Now for $20, or the expansion pass for $34 if you had it. I don't know why would you buy it, but if you did, kudos to you. But if you did buy it, then you would be sorely disappointed. I mean, if you are the person that actually saw Destiny 2 for what it is, 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 maybe, and you would be like, okay, I mean the DLC would change it to 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, it would bring the best out of things. Well, no, it just brought in some new activities, a new hanging spot, a new social corner, and a bunch of new raids. That's it. New story events that was not lived up to the expectation. It was moderate at the least. Okay, 5.5, 6 out of 10 even from IGN and people like that. They didn't like it. So even if IGN gives you 5.5, then you know you did something wrong. Period. I'm not sarcasm. People who didn't understand that. This is the internet. I gotta be clear on that because people are dumb. Say, if you understood it, you're cool. I like you. But if you don't, then you're not cool. Sorry. But anyways, they did something wrong. What is it they did wrong? Well, so the game is $60, right? You bought the game for $60, and then you're playing the game, and then you're enjoying the game, and then the end game comes along, and then you're like, oh shit, the end game is good. I'm gonna play it. High level content. Now the DLC turned it off. Yeah, you heard me right. The DLC literally turned it off. So for a game, $60 that you had possessed, and you chose not to spend another $20 for the DLC, and you're like, okay, at least let me enjoy the base game. No, you can't play that. So the reason it has been cut off is like the power cap of the players has been increased. So I think it was increased from 250 to something, from 200 to something, 250 or something. But the major thing is like your overall level from 20 to 25 has been like the major change, and the DLC said like you have to have certain 22 or 23 power cap to reach these points, and you were like, what? So the base game ends at 20. That's it. And these trials, which are used to be there, switched from 20 to 23 or 24. The business tactics. Oh, the business tactics. It's so simple, right? And people got pissed. Obviously, they had to be pissed, and certain gears you can't get it because of the level gap. Again, people got pissed. Now, they already own this game, so they need that game. And it didn't just end there. Nightfall strikes, public activities were active, just like greatly got affected due to this. And there's some players were like pretty pissed. Not just me as just a news giver, news bearer, whatever that makes it sound less of a dick. Okay, not just me, not just the neutral fans, not just the Destiny haters, even the Destiny lovers. Yes, people who have dedicated their channels just to this game, people who have dedicated channels just to talk about this game. Okay, imagine that. They are pissed. They are literally pissed, and I'm so happy about it because they are the ones who cannot be changed when it comes to like these things. You can't change their minds because they love the game, right? It has to be something from the developers / publishers to let it slip up and wake them up, and this woke them up literally. This like shit, I can't do anything about it, right? Like I see these things, it's like literally cash grab. I mean, if you can't buy the DLC, you don't want to buy the DLC, you can't play the base game properly, and it's like, nah, underhanded, sorry. So the other thing is Destiny 2 has a PC version as well. Now last time Destiny 1 didn't have a PC version, it only had a PlayStation version. It was not a big deal, but this time around it released after a long time. You know, it didn't release on the same date. So people who have actually bought the game on PC have not yet finished the entire game. So imagine the game got updated and it's like changed the same things, and then they're like going there, oh my god, I'm gonna enjoy this, and this like content is blocked because you didn't buy the DLC, and people are like, what? So people are actually refunding their games even though they played it for a month. So how is that possible? I mean, under the terms of conditions, it's not going to be possible, right? But according to them, when they got sold the game, when they bought the game, what did I think of it? When they bought the game, actually, it said you'll get these many contents. Now, they didn't get that content because the DLC unlocked them, and they didn't actually get that content, so they have a absolute right to get the refunds, in my opinion, and they are getting it. So people are like pissed off. They're like just like fuck off, even though Bungie is gonna make a change. I mean, I don't see a way they are not gonna make a change to this. I'm like, come on, this is a stupidity right here when you see it, and if you don't change it, you are a moron, period, done. And I think they're gonna make a change, but if they don't make a change, and I'm like, dude, you gotta make a change. It's like, if they don't make a change, it's like no problem, but people are gonna go. And even if they change, people are just like given up on this game. You know, they thought this DLC was gonna be the god-saving thing, but it's not. It's just, it's dumb. And so just imagine if you got the game and the certain things is like, if you get it on Steam or if you get it on like PC itself, you will get achievements for the game, and you can't actually get them because they are unlocked behind the DLC. So they are refunding it because I can't get the entire achievement. Whose fault is it? So Bungie has been asked these questions. They haven't answered yet. If they do, I'll kind of talk to you guys about it. So let me know in the comments down below. What is the question of the day is, what is Destiny 2? Just clearly say it to me. Okay, this is it. This is the game. This is what you're getting it for $60, man. Come on. Tell me that. Tell me. Don't be that harsh, but be kind to me. Come on. Tell me in the comments down below. What do you think about this DLC situation? What do you think about the XP share turned off? Pissed you off? Show that anger. Let me know in the comments down below. Not to me, not to Bungie. There's right there. And Activision right there. Just show them. Okay. Let me know in the comments down below. Until next time, be peculiar, stay peculiar, and stop horsing around and hit that subscribe button. Also the notification icon, which will be, you know, lucrative one. Just hit that. Just hit that bell. Come on. Everyone likes to hit the bell. That came off wrong. So, bye.
Let it go. everybody's hiding.